Right, so I thought we'd do a little bit of marbling today. Easy marbling with shaving foam. So I'm going to shake the shaving foam up. I've got some pieces of paper cut, which are about 13.5 centimetres square. This is just a little bit thicker printer paper. And then I'm going to marble those and use them for cards. So plenty of shaving foam. This is about at the end, I think, yes. And then just a lolly stick. I've done this before and I've done it in a old baking tray that I'm not going to use again, or something similar, a plastic container. But actually you can just do it on a glass mat. Just doesn't really matter what your containers, just sort of keep it contained. But this I will just wipe up and pop into a thing of water and then dispose of it when I've finished. So we're just smoothing it out more or less. I don't mind if it's not completely smooth because that gives me white areas on my marbling. That's about the right measurement. It is a little bit messy, is this? Got a skewer as well, which I'm going to use to create the patterns in the foam. I've just got an old tea towel, which I'm just going to wipe everything onto so that I don't get it all over my arms. That's it. Alright, now I'll just get my alcohol inks. We've got workmen in, so you can probably hear all sorts of banging, clattering. So I keep them on in this little tin. And what shall we have a go with? Maybe yellow and a brown, if I can find a brown. That's black. Green. Red. Orange. Every colour. Brown. Yellow. Brown. And we could try orange. Yes. Now these are just very cheap alcohol inks. They're, oh no, I don't even know how you pronounce it. Sigwong. I got them from Amazon and the whole set was about £15. So that is a lot cheaper than any of the other brands, and you get a nice selection of colours for the £15, so you aren't sort of just limited to a few colours. There is white in as well. They're actually designed to colour resin, but they are alcohol inks, so they work the same as normal alcohol inks. I always give them a good shake because some of the pigment might be at the bottom, I don't know. So, don't need a vast amount. So we'll just put a few little bits on. That was the yellow. This is the brown. I always wear gloves because alcohol ink stains your skin terribly. In fact, it stains anything terribly. So there we are. And then, you see, that would have been all over my hands. I'm just going to swirl through the colours, backwards and forwards, to mix them. You can use bigger implements, but you don't get such a refined look to your marbling. And you can, if you want, just go circular patterns and repeat it all along. I like the quite random effect of this, but you can, as I say, be a lot more careful and design what your marbling will look like. So we've got all our alcohol ink on, and then we're just going to place our paper down and push it into the shaving foam, and as you can see, it's picking up the colour. I'll just clear this side a little bit. I've got a trusty ruler, which is just a plastic ruler, and once I take this off, it looks as if there isn't a lot of colour on there. Actually, there is. So you just take your ruler and wipe off the excess shaving foam. I tend to pop this back down there. Your first pull, as it were, will be the cleanest, but I've done quite a lot of different papers from subsequent pulls, and they've been different, maybe not as marbled and different, but just as pretty. So again, we can just go back, smooth it out again, and on one of my previous goes at marbling, I discovered that actually when this is mixed in and you've got a very sort of pale looking set of marbling, shaving foam, you actually get a very nice textural, subtle background. That's why I'm mixing that in like that. Just wipe your ruler with your cloth, and you can set this aside to dry quite a lot before you actually remove the excess shaving foam. So I've got that, and then I'll go with another piece. What I'll do is I'll use a small offcut piece, and then I can get an idea of what sort of colouring I'll get on. There we are. Oops, that was clever. And then we'll just go again and scrape that off. Now, because it isn't very dramatic colours, there's not a lot left on there. But there'll be a bit. This is going to make a nice brown background to my marbling. If you were doing this in a container, you'd be able to run your ruler or whatever across the top of your container and it would level it out, but I don't mind. I don't mind getting messy. Clean the ruler again. I'll set my little sample. You see, it hasn't got a lot of colour, but it's got some. I'll set that aside and we'll add a little bit more ink. So I think we'll go with the brown. I really like the brown. And my skewer again. Actually, we'll have an experiment. We'll do that end of the skewer. No, I think I like the pointed end better. Do another piece and we'll press it right down in to it, and hopefully we'll get a pale brown background as well. Leave it, you can see it soaks it up quite quickly. Just roll my sleeves up so I don't get it everywhere. See what we've got this time. Oh, that's quite a pretty one. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite nice. I think I do like it with a little bit more colour in. So I'm going to mix this in with my fingers now. So it's the end of my can of shaving foam. It's dissolving quite quickly because it is the end. I've used the can quite a lot, so it's getting a little tired. Let's put it like that. And just be careful when you're washing sort of any containers, your rulers, your utensils, anything, that you don't wash them in anything that's porous, unless the alcohol ink will stain sort of your sink, any cloths you use, anything like that, they will be stained. So just be very careful. That's the yellow. Got orange. Oops. Go the brown again. This circular pattern will be quite nice. I'll try that. Give it a couple of seconds to soak up. Oh yes, I rather like this. As you can tell, it's very messy, but that's very nice. I like the circular pattern there. That's very, very nice. Put that there. I'll just see if we can pick a little bit of that up. And sometimes it's quite nice to have quite a lot of white space. You can always go back again. Sorry, that was my phone. And pick up little bits like this. Not very impressive. Get rid of that again. Smooth it out again. I might as well get as much bang for my buck as I can. Sorry about the phone. With my friend talking to me. Right, so we'll go with, let's try a different colour. We'll go with just peacock blue. Put that one up there for the moment. And we'll go circular again. Icing a cake. And that's got quite a lot of blue ink still in it, so I might get another little bit off that one. I'll pop that there. So let's see. These will do for tags. No, there's not very much ink on that bit. So we'll go in again and see if we can pick that little bit up. I might be able to. We'll see. So that is alcohol ink marbling with shaving foam. Hope you give it a go, and I hope you enjoy yourself.